clarifications on last class or fine? Okay.
Uncle, do you need a pillow for your back?
How many hours do you read every day? Because it's how many hours do you read every day? It must be.
No fixed, nothing fixed.
My goodness.
I have nothing to do. I'm reading. I mean,
Studying.
nothing is fixed. No.
Are you still teaching martial arts?
I don't teach. I mean, I help my friend sometimes. There's too many things to take on. I do Vedanta teaching. That's primary. Then I do for my students some counseling work and all that. Then it's less now, but I used to do this HR training for corporates. On some of these applied things for building up teams and making people more competent and more. So those things. Then along with that, to teach martial arts will become a little bit too much because it's a very demanding thing. Vedanta is demanding, that is demanding.
Yeah.
So to take two demanding systems to teach,
A lot of discipline.
it'll be too much. And I practice enough to keep my health going.
You practice.
Because the practice has been a little low for the last couple of months, few months, more than that. I do that, but I don't teach yet. I mean, few things here and there, some Qigong practice if someone wants, that's okay, that I do one-on-one. Just it's not regular teaching, they're just sharing something with someone. Yeah, so that I do. Anyway, now we saw that Jalachandravat one example. Now here he is giving you another example of the same thing, the next verse. Gata samrutam akasham niyamano gate yatha gato niyate nakasham tatha jivo na uppama. Very beautiful. Gataha samruta akasham. The space that is manifest in a pot. Okay. Niyamane gato yata, gate yata. When the pot is carried from one place to another, empty pot, space is manifest. It's carried from one place to the other. He says, Gataha niyeta na akasham. What is moving is the pot, not the space. Tataha jiva nabaha upama. Similarly, the Atma, I, is equivalent to the space. Now, this is a this thing. Because we are talking of birth and rebirth and everything. You are that pure consciousness. As we saw in the last verse, manifest in every body. One consciousness manifests in every body. You are moving around. Is the consciousness moving around? That's like space. There's one consciousness. Consciousness cannot move. So let us here go by the religious thing. Here is a person living. He dies. Done a lot of good things in his life. Goes to higher dimensions. Experience all the good things there. So did the consciousness move from earth to the higher dimension? The consciousness limit is always there. Then what moved? Your mind. What you call as the jiva is really the consciousness that is manifest in your mind and body. Mind I'm using as a catch-all term for everything inside. Okay, your mind, your intellect, your emotions, your reasoning, your this thing, all that. What dies? Body. Body drops. What travels? This whole sense of I. Intellect, your reasoning power, emotions, prana moves. Everything that you have taken as yourself minus the body, held together by the conceptual I. Remember, I have an idea, I am. We call in technical term ahankara. What is the ahankara? The concept you have about yourself. And this concept is constantly changing. I was a student before, now I'm a working person. Now I'm married. So the concept keeps changing. You add and chop. You add something to the concept, you chop. Connected through the body and mind. I was ignorant about this before. Now I learned this. So this concepts keep changing. But this conceptual self, it's a concept. But it is powerful enough to hold the body and the mind, etc., together to travel to another dimension. So wherever it travels, consciousness is manifest. Just like the pot, you move the pot from here to here. Sorry, I should have put this off. I don't know. So when you travel, what travels? Consciousness is the same. The consciousness is the same. What is traveling is what? The body and mind. And wherever the body and mind goes, or wherever the mind goes for another dimension, consciousness is manifest. Pot moves from here to here. It is not that it's taking space from there. There is an empty space. You can't carry it space. Pot moves in space, so wherever it moves, space is manifest. The jiva moves in space in consciousness. Wherever it goes, consciousness is manifest. And because that mind and reasoning and emotions, etc., has a sense of I, limited, I am this much only. You have a sense of separateness. Like how the pot, sense of separateness. The pot has a sense of separateness. If the space inside the pot, supposing I introduce a mind into that pot, now the mind will identify with the pot. Therefore, now what? I'm a finite entity. The space which is manifest in that mind, in that pot, will say, think what? Because of the mind, I am a finite entity. Same thing happens to all of us. I am this much only. Typical Indian English. Okay? I am this much only. Why am I like this only? Another question. Who's saying? The limitless consciousness is manifest here. Limitless space is manifest as spot space. Limitless consciousness is manifest as me and you. But you feel limited. Why? The identification with this mind and this body. Therefore, a sense of finitude, isolation, etc. If you shift attention from the walls of the pot to space, you recognize space is limitless. Shift of attention from your limited body and mind to what you really are, through the help of the teaching, of course. Pure consciousness, limitless consciousness. Where is your limitation? So now what are you doing? I'm the limitless consciousness playing the role of a human being. Isn't that difficult? Not if you understand your limitless consciousness. Then you'll say, human being is fun. Why? Limitless consciousness cannot go for a walk. But as a human being, I can go for a walk. Yeah. Limitless consciousness remains fulfilled by itself. But manifest here, I can relate to that limitless consciousness through me and you. What is the relationship? Actually, consciousness relating to itself? Apparently. Not really, apparently, because there's only one consciousness. But it looks as though consciousness relating to itself is fighting with itself. It's a game that goes on. If you know the truth. If you don't know the truth, it's all taken very seriously. You're stuck. Oh my God. Shatro, Mitro, Putre, Bandhu, friend and foe and relatives. Relatives. If God has given me these relatives, why do I need enemies? Sometimes it feels like that. Yeah. God has given me my relatives. Thank God I can choose my friends. So all this game goes on. Pots relating to pots. So all of us are potters. Like Harry Potter, okay? But are potters. And what's the magic behind the whole thing? There's only one consciousness. That is Dumbledore's wisdom, okay? Only one consciousness. That's the real magic of life. There's only one consciousness. Then what is all this? An apparent play, not real. Just an apparent thing going on. Seems real. Sokale Satyavad Bhati. We saw the dream example. The dream in the waking, in its own time, appears real, isn't it? Sokale Satyavad Bhati. When you're in the waking or in the dream, at each state appears real. In the dream appears real.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
So basically, the dreams that we have, it's made
Your
up
own-
by our subconscious, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So
But when you're in the dream, what do you feel?
it feels real.
It's real. This is the only world you know. In fact, you don't even know the waking.
Yeah, it's kind of like your brain actually doesn't know what's the difference
Yeah,
between what's real and what's imaginative.
yeah, it doesn't know.
So whatever your dreams
Appears real.
they appear real, and also whatever your thoughts are, they also
Yeah.
they can be manifested into reality basically, because
That sometimes it affects. Like, let us say you dreamt very sad sorrow, you cried in your dream,
yeah,
and you woke up to find the pillow is wet. Where did that come from? Because they are not watertight compartments. You, the consciousness, connect it all up. Therefore, it's not watertight. There is a difference, but it's not watertight. But what I'm trying to say is, in its own state, it appears real. Let us say you had a big meal. You went for a party, Friday night. I was at a student's house, and daughter is leaving for Spain for 1 year internship. So they had a farewell party. Big meal. Yeah. Okay. You went to sleep. And you dreamt that you're not eaten for 3 days. The waking food that is still in your stomach being digested, has it any validity in your dream? In dream, you won a lottery. 50 million pounds. After taxation, you still have 25 million pounds. That's a lot of money. No?
now that's the reality.
And you wake up, what happens? Dream has no validity in waking.
No.
In its own time, it appears real. Prabodhe sati asat bhaved. When you wake up, it all becomes false. So wake up to the reality of what you are. Then what? Does the world disappear? Like the dream disappeared. Does this world disappear? No.
No.
Imagine you're walking into the dream state with the waking knowledge, the knowledge that you're the waker. You'll enjoy the dream, no? Tiger is chasing you. You're running because in the dream you're supposed to run. Climb a tree, higher branches.
Why
Not
are
look.
we not in control of our dreams?
Don't bother about that right now. That's a
Okay.
different thing
That's a
altogether.
different-
Yeah,
okay.
let's not go into that because that'll open up another can of worms. So you're climbing a tree. You have to, but you know you're the waker. The dreamer is you.
Yeah.
The tiger is you. No, different. At that level, you have to do this game. You climb a tree, escape from that. But you know, if the tiger eats you up, no problem. So you know you're the waker, not the tiger. Because remember, with waking knowledge, you've gone into the dream.
Yeah.
You'll be like Patanjali, who wrote the Bhashya on Panini Sutras. So he was teaching, sitting under a tree and teaching. So his one student shouted, Vyagraha, Vyagraha meaning tiger. This guy thought he was asking the meaning of the word Vyagraha. So he says, Visheshat, Asamantat, Granati. He'll come close and smell you. That's the meaning of the word Vyagraha. By the time the tiger came and caught him. Now he's dying. He says, Dhatoho aneka artatvat. I'm not wrong because the dhatu, root, can have more than one meaning. Imagine his wisdom in the tiger's mouth, he can say that. They're not mere scholars, they were wise people. You said the birth and death are both illusions. You function as though they are real. As though. You are the consciousness is neither birth nor real. Equipment manifests, equipment goes off. Yeah. Equipment manifests, equipment goes off. Big deal. Like space, you are the limitless consciousness. Where is birth? Where is death? It's a game. It's a serious game. Okay. So life can be a tragic comedy. On one side it's tragic, the other side is comedy. Also, what this is neither birth nor death, but you're going through all these things. So can you see this is the wisdom with which you live your life. So let the wisdom flow into your life. Don't try to push it. Don't try to force it. So what is your sadhana for getting the wisdom into your life? Learn, expose the knowledge, contemplate, own it up, make it your own. That's it. Make it your own. What has gone into the head, let it sink into the heart. Be careful of that. Otherwise, it'll leak from the mouth. Swami Chinmayanji's statement. What has gone in through the ears should sink into the heart. Otherwise, it'll leak from the mouth. This was advice he gave all his teachers, okay, when we were students. So don't start teaching until you're at home with this knowledge. Yeah. At home. Make it your own. Own it up before you start talking about it. Otherwise, you'll be good talker. Life will be empty. That's unfortunate. Having come to the wisdom, not making it your own is unfortunate. It's good to discuss and share with friends. Okay, that's good. That is part of your learning. Tat chintanam, tat katanam, anyonyat tat prabodhanam. To think about it, to talk about it, to discuss about it, to help each other understand. That is a good sadhana. If you have like-minded people, don't catch people who are not interested and try to, they'll run away from you after that and they start saying, everything you're talking is this only. It's like sometimes I get invited for parties and all, and they say, oh, you're a spiritual teacher. Tell me something about spirituality. The party, talking about spirituality. Oh, I'll say, there are various types of spirituality. Here, what is appropriate is you bend your elbow. Come on. At a party at a dinner, you expect me to talk with them before or okay, fine. Okay, before dinner, let's have a talk. That sometimes happens. I'm fine with that. But during the this is spirituality at the party. Appropriate. So I go out floating with a soft drink in my glass. Oh, you don't drink? No, normally I don't drink. Okay. Well, it's just a discipline. That's it, nothing more. Does it affect you? I'm a Qigong practitioner. Nothing affects me. Yeah. I will take half a dozen pegs and stand on one leg. No problems. 5 minutes. No issue. That's it. But why do I need it? I don't need it. It's like one of my students said, youngsters come to me. Champion, enjoyed your drink at the Swamiji, where do I drink? As it is, I'm in the air. I don't need the drink to be like that.
The bar is open.
You don't need to drink.
Yeah, my friend said you're already high on life.
Yeah, why do you need to drink? Exactly. Or like, yes, so life is strange sometimes. I'm digressing a bit, but to make this point, there is a Bombay Times party. Bombay Times is one of the tabloids associated with a well-known paper called the Times of India in Bombay. So I was writing an article for them or something. So I got invited into the party. So now what do I do in a Times of India party? Celebrity is this. What do I do? I said, let me go and see what's happening. It's a good experience of life. Let me see what's happening. So I'm roving around from place to place, seeing what's happening, watching people. And I say, okay. Then I say, okay, this guy is at this place. He's noticed that girl there. Now I know he's going to move from there to there to there to there. And then he'll come to this girl. So I'm watching. He said, my prediction correct? Exactly. In 10 minutes that happens. Good. So I'm studying life. Come on, I played the game, so I know what it is. I'm just seeing whether the game is the same. Human beings don't change much over the years. Okay, they're the same. Scratch the surface, we're all the same.
Yeah.
Then another place, live band playing, good music. They're playing. They're good music. Bar at the corner. Lot of youngsters around. 3 couples on the floor. One is an elderly couple, an ad man. Alik Padam. You all, some Indians will know him. He's known, a ladies' man. Okay. He and his latest girlfriend is on the stage. Another couple is a professional dancer couple. I've seen them at some other place. Third was a middle-aged couple. All the youngsters. So, one advantage of this dress is you can walk and ask anything to anyone. So sometimes I use that advantage. So I walked up to them. Hey guys. Yeah, hello, no, you got your girls with you. What's up, you come with us? Couples, we are coming. Dance floor awaits. What are you waiting for? Music is on, live music, and the floor is there. What are you waiting for? Sir, you have to relax a bit before you can dance. I said, oh my God. My time dancing was relaxation. My time in the Navy, to dance was to relax. Now you have to relax to dance. How keyed up are you? Or how inhibited are you? It is not that you are asking some strange girl for a dance. You have got your partners with you. Strange girl, I can understand. Some men require a little bit fortification before they go and ask. I didn't need that, but they need. Okay, fine. The game of life. What are you? The consciousness of observing everything that is there. Even when you're a participant, you're also the Sakshi, the witness. This is a fact. This is not something you're practicing. This is a fact. Just being aware of the fact and bringing it into your life. Right now, you, the consciousness, watching your mind, listening to me, isn't it? Right now. You'll be in meditation right now. You're the consciousness, observing your mind, listening to my words. My words are creating thoughts in your mind. That thought does not disturb the consciousness you are. It's only making you aware of the fact of what you are. Right now. Do you need separate meditation? This is meditation.
Exactly.
Listening itself is meditation. Yeah, there is a practice of meditation also. That's done. We'll do that before we end. We'll do that in this class itself. Okay. Therefore, you are like the space, one consciousness, manifested. Manifestation moves, consciousness doesn't. Okay. No. This is another example which I'll bring in, which is similar. There is a verse in Vedanta which says, which is echo with Buddhism also. Antashunyam, Bahishunyam. Inside empty, outside empty. Shunya kumbaha ivambare. Like an empty pot kept in space. Where's the side here? Empty pot. Inside, outside, both empty. Empty meaning only space is there. Antapurnam. Inside it is full. Bahispurnam. Outside it is full. Purna kumbhavambase. Like the full pot kept in water. Which example you want? Either way, it's the same thing. Inside and outside is only with respect to the pot. Inside and outside with respect to this. Atma is inside or outside? Both. Inside is where you recognize. It's also outside as well. Yeah. Okay, now a trick question. Atma being inside, does it make it subjective? It's not subjective. It is a subject, but it is not subjective. Subjective means psychological, emotions. Pratibhasikam, in far as reality is concerned. It has got less validity than your functioning world. Your emotions are valid only for you, no? Not for somebody else. Therefore, that's your personal reality. Pratibhasika, it's called. Vyavakar is a functional reality valid for everyone. This is a table is valid for everyone. I like this table or I dislike this table is purely personal, subjective. The truth is what? The reality behind the subjective and the objective. Behind the subject and the object. That I, the consciousness. That is what the truth is about. Okay. All right. Then he's going further. He says, Gatavadi viddadikaraha vidyamanam punah punaha tad jnanam na janati tad bhanganam na janati sa janati sa nischaya nityashaha gata vivida akaram. Gata has many forms. Can be broken, recast. It can be broken and recast again and again. Today what I have is a metal spring. I took it to Smithy, heated up, made into a nice sword. I got fed up with the sword. Made it, broke it up. Made it into something else. Made it into a pot. Keeps changing again and again. Then he says, Tad bhanganam na janat. Is the body that is born and the body that is... Body doesn't know it's being born and dying. I know. I objectify the body. So the Gita puts it slightly differently, but says, Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. I was very young once. As a kid. Half the things I wanted to do, I couldn't do. Everything was no, 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 no. Kid. Now, Yauvanam, I'm a young person now. Young adult. I can do anything I want. Jara, old age. अब तो बिल्कुल बूढ़ा हूँ, गोली खाकर जीता हूँ. Now I'm old. I'm living on my medication. But you ask this guy, hey, you've changed a lot lately. What is the first thing you'll say? Not really. Not really. Why? Because you are the one who's objectifying. The body was kiddish, young, old. You have objectified the whole thing. Tataha dehantara prapti. Similarly, taking another body. The consciousness objectifies everything. Mind may remember, may not remember. Body dies, it doesn't know. Because body is sentient only because you are present there. Consciousness is manifest in the mind. That mind is associated with this body. Because the consciousness is associated with the mind, mind becomes alive, sentient. That mind is associated with this body, body is alive. Mind dissociates with this body, body dies. As long as there is a mind, it is associated with consciousness, consciousness will manifest there. And what does the consciousness do? Objectify the whole thing. Who's the entity that goes about doing? Body and mind. You, the consciousness, always a witness. So what are you guilty of? What are you pained by? He injured me. Injured what? Me? Consciousness? Or body, mind? If you use a stick to injure you, your body. If you use words, your mind. Isn't it? You, the consciousness, untouched. I'm feeling guilty. Why I whacked that guy here? Physically whacked? Body. Words? Mind. His consciousness? Untouched. You consciousness? Untouched. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Gita. Body is killed, not you. You are neither the killer nor the killed. Because the context of war that Krishna is talking about. Neither the killer nor the kill. You're the pure consciousness. That's it. Itna hi baat hai. That's all that is there. That's all that is there to know. Yeah. So birth, rebirth, death, etc. For whom?
Yeah, that's my question.
This conceptual idea. This conceptual idea. So according then karma, etc. becomes real for the concept. Like the dreamer, remember? The dream world, it becomes real. So similarly here, there is a sudden validity, functional validity. Karma, karma phala, birth, rebirth, death, other dimension, all that is there. Until when? You call the bluff. You call Ishvara's bluff. It's all Ishvara's bluff, playing a prank on you.
Sorry, but these are just like different stages, right? Because ultimately, nothing is lost,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Correct?
Big Lavoisier was saying nothing is gained, nothing is lost.
Exactly.
Everything
Yeah,
transforms.
exactly.
So it's like, it's just different stages that we're going through.
Yeah.
On, at
Until you know the
different
truth.
levels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
you just evolve.
yeah.
basically.
So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you think about water, for example,
Yeah.
water is water. It
Yeah.
can be
Yeah, any form.
solid, it can
Yeah.
just
Gaseous,
go as gas,
yeah.
it can be,
Yeah.
frozen
Stages.
form, but water is just water
Yeah.
ultimately, isn't it?
So creation
It's
actually
not
is a,
lost anywhere, it just transforms.
it's a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
You can't create something without taking something from somewhere. You have to take the material to create something. So if you take the total material as zero-sum game, no? Matter and energy, look at science. Matter and energy, you convert one to the other. All that. Finally, it's a zero-sum. The sum is the same. So where there's a creation, that's why we say, there's no creation. There's only a manifestation. And scientists are happy with that too. Creation, they bring in religion into it, therefore they're not very happy.
Yeah.
Manifestation, that's all there is there. The truth manifests itself as a creation. It goes back.
Even in yoga, they talk about
Well, everything came from sound, so they somehow talk of some
Yeah.
form of Genesis.
Yeah, whatever,
and
yeah.
Everything.
There's an energy
happened,
thing.
but-
When you say sound, you mean two things actually. One is the vibrational energy,
Yeah.
one is the knowledge part of it, because sound always stands for knowledge.
Yeah.
So knowledge and energy manifest the whole creation. As I said yesterday, you're born from a zygote, a sperm and an ovum meeting together. Two cells.
Yes.
The two cells has the genetic coding for your whole life. How tall you will be, what will be the color of your skin, what will be your strengths, what will be your genetic weaknesses or tendency for diabetes by 40. Tendency, because you can change certain things. Huh?
And,
Okay.
uh,
And if
you
you,
know, yeah,
all programmed.
Yeah.
All programmed in what?
And we used to think that DNA is created. DNA is actually not created. It just keeps evolving.
Yeah, it is. That's what we are saying.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just two cells. So
Just
two cells has the genetic coding of the whole life.
Yeah.
Microscopic. To see a zygote, you need a microscope.
Yeah.
It won't reveal in your sonography. Too small to be revealed. Zygote is too small. To be visible, you have to be a minimum 16 cells, I think. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but I think it has to be 16 cells before you can see it on a sonography. I'm not sure about this. Check up with a doctor, okay? But I think it is 16 cells. Only then can you see it. But it has the genetic coding for your whole life.
It's programmed to replicate itself.
Yeah, and then you can replicate. That's how you can clone.
Yeah.
Cloning is a factor. You can replicate. Therefore, let us say tomorrow, scientists created life in the laboratory. Does it go contrary to Vedanta teaching? Not at all.
No.
We say consciousness is everywhere. Consciousness is here, consciousness is there, and in between, what is there? The space. That space exists in consciousness. So you created a cell. You granted a condition for the consciousness to manifest. So you're only helping to prove what I'm saying. You're not disproving what I'm saying. I'm not saying God sitting in Timbuktu created that cell, created life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying God is nothing but consciousness, limitlessness, all pervading. You created a cell and consciousness manifested. Like I create a pot, space manifests inside. No? Have I created the space? No. I created the pot. The space manifested. I created a cell and consciousness manifested there as life. That's it. So I am proved. You're helping me to prove what I'm saying. Thank you. We are not opposed to science. It doesn't matter.
No.
We don't agree with everything science says. That's true. Because science puts consciousness as a product of matter. In pure science, that's how it looked at.
Yeah, there are so many things that science
Yeah, that is not
cannot
acceptable.
explain.
That's not acceptable because
Yeah.
for matter to be there, there has to be an event. For event to be there, there has to be an observer. The observer has to be consciousness, conscious being. So matter or the Big Bang cannot happen without an observer. Or you have to say it's a non-event. If it's a non-event, how did it create?
Yeah.
So n number of this thing. Okay, my batchmates want me to write something on the science and Vedanta stuff. I said when I get the time, I'll do it.
Write a book based on that.
Book is too much. I don't see myself as a writer. I'll have to have a ghostwriter. I'll dictate terms. Okay, please write it down.
Maybe series in pre-press journal.
Yeah.
We can start a podcast, post a series,
Yeah.
just talk about it.
So this is it, Nitya Shah. Okay. So the consciousness keeps on objectifying whatever happens. Whatever happens to the body, etc. Consciousness. Out of ignorance, we identify with the body and says, I'm aging. It's out of that identification. Otherwise, consciousness is timelessness. Nothing happens to you. Body, of course, it goes through. Yeah. It has to. Anything that is born goes through a few stages. Asti, it is first. Then Jayate is born. Vardate, it goes. Viparinamate, it metamorphoses into an adult, etc. After that, what? Kshiyate, it declines, starts declining. Then Muriyate finally goes.
It's a cycle, isn't it?
It's a cycle of
Pattern
life.
in nature, you can
Yeah.
see it everywhere.
Like Shakespeare talked about the 7 stages of man, remember? Childhood, boy,
Yeah.
or 7 stages, finally dies. And the 3 stages of woman. You don't remember the 3 stages of woman? Childhood, young girl, young woman, young woman, young woman, young woman. Okay. I am not saying, I'm only quoting Shakespeare. Okay. He didn't say that. Okay. It's a joke on him. Anyway, so in all these stages, you, the consciousness, objectifying it. You're free from it. Body, let it go. In fact, aging is only body, not even mind. There's nothing like an old mind. There can be a mature mind.
It can be a
There-
wise mind.
There can be a tired mind. There can be a mind under the weight of life experiences has lost its enthusiasm. That can happen. Now I'm old, 55. God, half my life is over. Then you meet someone interesting. What happens now? Now all the enthusiasm. But mind doesn't age.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sadhus like to look at life and experiment with life.
But we
I'm not grown
senses.
horns yet, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes in Matunga area, the Orthodox people, not everyone in Matunga is Orthodox, some are. So I'm an old man now. I'm lonely. Lost my wife 10 years back. Yeah. Why did you get married again? Now he's 80, and I'm asking him, why did you get married again? So what should be the answer? At 80, married again? Come on. Yeah. He doesn't say that. And he's interested in all spiritual things, okay? So you tried your life, you got your children grown up, etc. Now you're 80, at least now think of all this, the moksha. He says, who will give me a girl? I can't find one myself at my age. Some arranged marriage. At 80, nobody will. If you find somebody who's 80, that's fine. But are you seeing that idea? The mind. This happens, old age. Mind at the most. Mind is not aging. Mind has lost its enthusiasm for life. That's all. Tired. under the experiences that you went through. But you see, old people were very enthusiastic also. At 80, they're enthusiastic. Yeah. Why
They
enthusiastic?
find more energy as
Yeah.
they get older.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of my friend's fathers, he was 75. He started a group, okay, an agency for finding partners for old people.
Yeah.
Well, they lost their people. They might want company in life.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's a good idea.
Enthusiastic about life.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm about life. You can be like that. Or you can say, hey, been there, done that. Let me get more spiritual and get into all this and get freedom from this game of life.
Yeah.
What is right, what is wrong? It depends on what your priorities are.
Mm.
What's right and wrong? No. In India, there's a natural expectation that by the end of your life, you'll devote your life to spirituality.
Yeah.
That is the stages of life. The last stage is always sannyasa, full-time pursuit of moksha. That's how it was. The tradition was. That's it. You don't have to be. You can be like, one of my friends is a teacher in Nagpur. So she has that younger sister who had just turned 50. Okay, younger sister is 50. Hey, isn't it time for you to get involved in something like this? You know Brahmavida. You have known him since you were a child. Okay, he's teaching right in Bombay. I'm not ready for all this. I want to enjoy life for 2-3 more lifetimes. That's fine. That's her choice. Because one thing necessary in this is Yam Mesha Vrunate Tena Labhya. One who chooses it gets it. So you have to make the choice. You have to make the choice. Now, later, whenever, but you have to make the choice. Another lifetime, but in that lifetime also you'll have to make the choice. Yesha Vrunate, who chooses. That guy gets it. Yeah. So spirituality is a choice you make. Studying Vedanta is a choice you make. Moksha Marga is a choice. It is not different from other things. That's the beauty of it. Karma Yoga, the beauty is you don't have to give up anything to be in this. Just change of attitude, change of this, that's it. And learning frees you. Okay, all right. शब्द माया वृतेनैव तमसो यदि पुष्करे तमसो याति पुष्करे भिन्ने तमसि चैकत्वम् एकम् एवानुपश्यति शब्द माया वृतो माये शब्द मायेन आवृतः trapped in the maya of words. Trapped in, I read this, I read that, I look that, I look at that, I speculate about this, I speculate about that. The various speculative opinions of the Atma shows there's a lot of ignorance about it. If about one thing, let's say, okay, I'm having a phone in my hand. Correct? Everyone knows this is a phone. If there are different opinions about this phone, oh, it's not a phone exactly. This looks more like a tablet. Oh, this looks something, some opinion. What does that show? That you don't know what it is. When there are a lot of opinions about this, it shows that you don't know what it is. So Shabda Maya means what? Lot of opinions. Words means opinions. No? Words means I can mean knowledge or it can mean a concept. So the very fact that there are so many concepts about what I am. Ask anybody, hey, what are you? They'll have something to say. Isn't it? They'll normally say, hey, like, sir, I'm revealing some secrets, okay? I ask people, hey, what do you do? What do generally people talk about? Their job, this, that, etc., isn't it? Which is fine because that makes a major part of their life. But you're much more than that, isn't it? You're much more than that.
Yeah.
That's only one aspect of your life. Or somebody will say, I'm a housewife. Or now a better word, homemaker. And they will add, I'm just a housewife. What do you mean just a housewife? Big job. A lot of work. Why do you think people struggle in UK? Because there's no help for that. You have to work outside and inside both. It's a big struggle. Yeah. That way, India is rich. Even a monk like me, who lives purely on what people give me, out of their choice. I have no charges for any of my classes. What they give what they want. I'm happy with that. So, very limited means. Even I can afford a maid who will come and clean my house and go.
Yeah.
We are rich. Life in India is rich.
Accessible.
Can you afford a maid every day here?
No.
Every day? Oh. I have a friend, has a big house, beautiful house. He is rich, well off, very well off. Huge house. Must be about 5,000 square feet minimum. 4 bedrooms with 4 bathrooms, which is rare in. They built it themselves, so that's why they have that. You know? They can afford a maid. How? One day in a week comes and does a thorough cleaning up job, including tips 80 pounds. It's a lot of money. Can't afford a servant every day. India, no problems. Couple of $1,000. Whole month, every day cleaning. There's about what? 2,000 rupees, what? 20 pounds. 20 pounds. Less 18 pounds. We're rich in India. Yeah. Jokes apart. Jokes apart. Your notional self. I have to do this. I'm just a housewife. Remember, I digress from I'm just a housewife. It's a lot of work. That's where I digress from. So when I digress, I'm making a point, but I know where I left it. Okay. So all these are self-judgments, concepts about yourself, held up in this concept, held up in these words, housewife, doctor, engineer, lawyer, wrestling, teacher, whatever, and held up in all these words, okay? Tamasa yati pushkare. Lot of ignorance going around. Yati pushkare. Bhinne tamasi chet ekum eva anupashyati. When that ignorance is negated, what remains? Eka tvameva anupashyati. What you see is the oneness of the whole thing. You as consciousness, which is one with the whole universe, the whole galaxies. That oneness is recognized. Ignorance gives you a sense of separateness. So when he says words, it means concepts here. Caught up in these concepts of yourself. You're lost in the whole thing. So what is Vedanta about? Breaking concepts, not creating concepts. Okay. Yeah. When you study Vedanta, you will get concepts, but we keep breaking it. So one class you find, oh, I have understood the concept of Vedanta very clearly. Next class you find that concept is broken. If you're having a greater this thing, you find that is broken. It is broken. My God, it seems I am always lost. 5 years I've been studying Vedanta, I'm lost. Not really. Not really. With each broken concept, your understanding is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. I can't say anything. You can't say anything because to say you have to conceptualize. Or you have to know the truth. If you know the truth, you can say. Or you have to conceptualize and say. But my job is to break concepts. Therefore, if you are studying to conceptualize academically, then within 6 months you can start talking about it. Because all the concepts are clear. You study 5 years as a traditional teacher, you find it difficult to talk about it. Because you're breaking concepts and you're trying, until you know the truth, the concepts keep on breaking. So you feel, not yet clear, not yet clear. Good. Not yet clear is very good. Until you come to the clarity of things. It takes some time. How long? I don't know. It depends on you. How long does it take for the darkness to go? Switch on the light. That's all it takes. The switch is not working properly. Then it takes some time. I have to repair that. This certain things. That's just have to click here. It takes some time. Because this has to be fine-tuned. Too many concepts. Shabda Maya.
But many people think that accumulating information
Yeah.
that is just the intellect.
Yeah.
It's not the
You know,
whole
it's
thing, it's
transformative.
just one part of
Yeah.
it, isn't it? It's just by accumulating information,
No.
it doesn't make you feel that you know
Yeah.
the real know. I know.
Yeah.
It's experiential.
See,
It's
this
like
is
that.
true. This is true in any system of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, for example, science students here, you study thermodynamics. I get students like that. My friends, my students, kids, oh yeah, Swami, we study thermodynamics, going to come for an exam. So all the laws of thermodynamics, they know. Thermodynamics is heat and heat exchange, the whole thing. I said, really, you know it well? Let me see whether you have knowledge or you just mugged up the theory.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. Ask any question, sir. We will know. Okay. I'll say you have a vessel, closed vessel. You have a block of ice. You have to cool the water in the vessel using the ice. Will you keep the vessel on top of the ice or keep the ice on top of the vessel? If you understood thermodynamics well, the answer is very clear. Most people will say you'll keep the ice on top of you'll keep the water pot on top of the ice. No, that's wrong. So how is it wrong? Because you're not understood thermodynamics. The water will cool the lower layer of the water. Cold water is heavier. It sinks. It remains there. Water is a poor conductor of heat. So conduction will not take place. Whereas you keep the ice on top of the pot, what will happen? Top layer will cool. Cooler water is heavier water. It will sink. So you set up a convection current. Hotter water will rise, cool, come down. Nice. You set up a convection current. Water is a poor conductor, but convection currents can be set up. It will cool faster. We didn't think of that. Why? Because laws of thermodynamics was information. You didn't really understand it. This is true for any knowledge. So here also, Atma is like this, like this, like this. World is like this, like this, like this. Maya is like this, like this, like this. Nice categories you have created. Where is the oneness of the whole thing? You're categorical. Atma, Anatma, body, mind, this, that.
This is also one of the characteristics of the mind,
Yeah.
because the mind function
Yeah.
needs to
In categories,
categorize.
exactly. And that's why Vedanta knowledge looks difficult, because it is non-categorical.
Yeah, true.
There's a nice quote, I think it's from the Upanishads.
Yeah.
Those who worship
Yeah.
knowledge enter greater darkness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you get
Oh,
into
that
this
meaning is
knowledge-
different there. There it is in terms of upasana. The knowledge there.
Right. Okay.
Isavasya Upanishad. You're quoting Isavasya. Yeah. So the whole thing. The whole recording is there on my YouTube channel if you want to hear that. Isavasya. It's a confusing Upanishad. One of the most confusing Upanishad is Isavasya.
Yeah. This one my whole point about
Yeah.
bringing this up was many people think I know
Yeah.
because I've learned this.
That is
and
Keno
read
Upanishad,
all
yeah.
the books but in experience, you've not gone inside. You've not.
It's not
experienced
transformed
that
yet.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have information. That's
On
it.
on the knowledge, ignorance that you have, you have loaded some information.
Yes.
Whereas here, you have to negate that ignorance for
Yeah,
knowledge to
true.
happen. That ignorance has to be negated.
And
For
sometimes
that, you
that's
must
the
not
mind.
conceptualize it.
So it's not true video.
Yeah, Atma is not an object of your knowledge. Atma is not an object of your experience. It's the very content of the knower and the object of knowledge. The very content of the experiencer and the object of experience. It's the content of both. That one wholeness one needs to recognize. Otherwise, you're caught up in the concepts. You're conceptualized it. The more you conceptualize it, the less you know. The less you conceptualize it, you're closer to the understanding. I want to be clear. This is Atma, this is Maya. Look at it. See, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. I'm that pure consciousness. But the body and mind are manifestations of consciousness. So I will make a statement. Atma is independent of the body is dependent on the Atma. Now I'm making it even more personal. I'll say, You are independent of the body. Body is dependent on you, which is fact. Difficult to understand. Why? I'm so used to giving into the demands of the body. I'm so used to identifying with the body, giving into the demands of the body, that I can't see myself as independent of the body and body dependent on me. That means what? Body will do what I tell it to do. You're too comfort oriented. Temperature a little bit cooler or a little bit hotter, you feel uncomfortable. You want to manipulate it. Keep it 23 degrees, not 21. 1 degree, your body doesn't even recognize it, actually speaking. But because comfort, this is ideal for my body. So you don't see yourself as independent. Then you want to understand Vedanta? A bit difficult. That's why all the discipline, etc. comes in. Remember, yoga is preparation. All the disciplines come in. Because when you discipline, you know. That's why Swami Vivekananda said there is a lot of spirituality in football. He said that. Why? Look at the discipline. If you play a sport, legs are tired, panting. But the ball is going to go and chase that ball. Look at the will that you develop. Body saying, I'm tired. There's nothing like being tired. Go get the ball.
So you're pushing your body to the extremes.
Yeah. So when you're pushing the body to the extreme, what is it telling you? That you are in charge, not the body.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the important learning there. You are in charge. Why is in all Zen schools, most Zen schools, martial art is taught? Why? The same thing. You push your body to the extreme. Body tells what I want to do.
Yeah, so basically
1,000 kicks. 1,000 kicks happen. 1,000 kicks. My God. I do a 10-minute kickboxing workout and I'm tired. There's 1,000 kicks. And then you'll follow it with 1,000 punches. And then you'll follow it with what? 1,000 punches thrown against you and you're blocking it 1,000 times. And you are in charge, not the body. Big learning. For such a person to understand Vedanta is easier. But I'm giving into the comforts of the body. Because I am body is strong concept for you. So you have softer ways of doing it also. I'm interested in that. So today is Ekadashi, fast. Today is not Ekadashi, I'm giving an example. Today I think is Ashtami. Yeah. Fast. No eating. Softer way. No eating. No. Can I have fast food? In India, fast food is there. India, fast food means different from burgers and things like that. Okay. Fast food is special food you prepare only for Ekadashi. There's a Maharashtrian community in India, from Maharashtra, the state of Maharashtra, where I enjoy going to my Maharashtrian friend's house on Ekadashi. Why? Very interesting food. Sabudana khichdi. Today we are having that. Okay. Well, interesting stuff. That is not fasting. That is feasting. Fasting is what? Only water. There is a Nirjala Ekadashi. Bhima Ekadashi it's called. Not one water. Bhima was always known for doing things in extremes. If he eats, he'll eat enough for 10 people. If he fasts, nothing. Bhima was like that. The Pandava from Mahabharata, he was like that. Yeah. Ekadashi, fasting is what? Only water. Something, some concession. Okay, some tea, coffee, buttermilk, allowed. I get a lot of acidity in it. So let's get acidity, it doesn't matter. No. Fruits. Anything more is not fasting. Anything more than this is not fasting. But India will say there are ways around it. See, this is how you get around a discipline. Oh, you don't eat grains and things like that. But there are special grains eaten only in Ekadashi. What do you call them in Gujarati? There's a term for something. What grain do you eat?
Farar.
Farar. Yeah. Farar is unhealthy food actually.
Yes.
It's illegal, immoral and fattening.
Yes.
But These are the softer disciplines for the same thing. Life of denial. It's easy to fast than to throw up 1,000 punches, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy. No, I prefer the 1,000 punches. That's my personal preference. Okay. So all these disciplines are breaking the concept and the body. I am in charge, not the body. Yoga. What are all the yoga poses? Yoga poses? Difficult ways. Sukhasana. What is Sukhasana? Sukhasana means sitting in a very comfortable, happy position. This is Sukhasana. No, this is not Sukhasana. You have to sit on the ground, cross legs. For me, with my old injury, etc., there is Dukhasana. So what does it mean? Various poses. And what is the definition of asana in yoga? Stiram Sukham asana. It has to be stable and you have to be happy in it. That means what? You take a difficult pose. Ardha Matsyendra asana. No fish does it, okay? But Ardha Matsyendra, one of the complex poses, no? Twisting all over. Stiram Sukham. Learn to be comfortable in a difficult pose. Stable. That's all training. Hey, body listens to you. You're not listening to the body. This is another dimension of the practice.
You still have to work until you get to be comfortable.
Yeah, until you get to be comfortable. Push yourself.
You know, Swamiji, I was thinking, because now there is also a trend in psychotherapy to reconnect with the body.
Yeah.
They say, and when people say, oh, I eat this one because my body asked me to do. I had a lot of my clients, they say when I
My body
recommend
doesn't
diet,
ask, your mind
oh,
asks.
so no, I don't say anything. To them,
I know.
obviously.
My body is demanding something and I'm giving into it. That's all it means.
Yeah, it's not really your
It's a way of
it's your
justifying
mind,
it,
no,
yeah.
yeah, they're justifying. But there is a lot of also in psychotherapy now.
Exactly.
You are disconnected from the body. So now they are placing a lot of emphasis.
Yeah. That is good. There are two things necessary here. I am not the body, but I learn to use the body so that the body will do what I want it to do. Now, this is a high level of functioning where you see you are independent of the body, but the body is, you can make the body do anything you want. So you are connected and disconnected simultaneously. It's like using, if you are into martial arts and higher forms, when you use a sword, for example, or a stick, salambo, the energy from your energy is what? Your prana. Your prana fills this body and makes this body active. This is natural process. You extend your prana to the sword. So the sword and you become fused as one. Sword is different from you. Nobody says sword is me. No? Nobody says the stick is me. So sometimes I met people who like to look like a stick. So nobody says stick is me. But you learn to function as though the stick is you. Function as one. So this is connectedness. At the same time, with the knowledge, you're independent of it. If you can do this, you come a long, long way. Even in your functional efficiency, you come a long way. Functional competency, you come a long way. Similarly with the mind. I want this, I want that. Shut up. This is what has to be done now. Do it.
Tame the mind.
Train the mind, exactly. Mood nahi hai. What do you mean mood nahi hai? It's a famous Hindi film dialogue. Okay. It was meant as a joke. It is a joke, but it's also, there's a point in it. Hey, you're getting married to this girl. Dad, I don't love her. Who's asking you to love her? I'm asking you to get married to her. It has to be said in Hindi actually to make it full impact. शादी कर से प्यार नहीं करता है. प्यार करने को कौन बोला? शादी करने को बोला. Same thing in Hindi. Okay, you got a greater punch in it. Ask you to get married. Married, not get love. Yeah. So it's a joke, but the point is what? You're not doing what your mind is asking you to. Yeah, like somebody came and asked me, you must listen to your body, eat what the body wants. I said, he's right actually. But I wanted to see how much the person knows. I said, if I do that now, I'll be living on chocolates, wine, and cheese. I'll become a blob. Oh, guy didn't know what to say. He couldn't say that wine, chocolate, and cheese is what my mind is asking, not body. My mind is asking, and not the body is not asking that. So you see that body basically is very often what the mind is asking, not the body. If you really learn to listen to the body, you have to be very aware of the body. That means you have to look at your body like how you look at your car and see what the car needs. Hear the sound of the car. Hey, that is missing a beat here. You have to be able to say that. Similarly, it's missing a beat here. There's something off here. You have to listen to the body. You have to see yourself independent from the body to really listen to the body. Because when you say listen to the body, what it means? Separate from you, no? It's separate from you. That's why you're listening to it, no?
Sorry, but we are experiencing the reality through the mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, the
Yeah.
reality with the mind through the senses.
Yeah.
So it's like if you tame the mind, you tame the senses. That's why
Yes.
fasting
Yeah.
is good. It's a form of discipline.
Correct.
It's like when you're fasting, you're
Yeah. You're hungry, of course you're
disciplining
hungry.
your
Mm.
which sense is it?
Mm.
The taste, for
Yeah.
example.
Correct.
Or yeah, exactly.
And you objectify the body and say it's
So
okay.
It's a form of martial arts, basically.
Yeah,
It's
but
discipline.
simpler,
Yeah.
easier
Yes,
form.
Easier.
It's not the tougher form, it's a
For
gentler
some
form.
people, it is because they're so stuck in their five senses that they function in.
Yeah,
in a
they
part-
can't-
They can't.
they can't
just
deny.
Need to eat. That's
Yeah.
it. It's impossible.
Okay, honest confession.
Yeah.
I was brought in a very physical culture, no? Sports and
Yeah.
then I decided to join the ashram. I'm still working. I said, hey, ashram, you do some fasting. I never fasted in my life. So I said, okay, I'll have breakfast. I'll skip lunch. Lunch is at 12:30 in the place I was working because we start early. And if I feel hungry, I'll have something at tea time, which is at 3 o'clock. So literally you're delaying eating by 2 hours. That's all. 2.5 hours. I'll confess. The first time I did that, from 12:30 to 3:30, I was barely functional. Okay, I was just pushing myself to do things. I was thinking of food all the time. After that, your work teaches you to forget about food.
Yes.
You go down to the dry docks into the shop, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're coming up at 5 o'clock in the evening. Because work is like that. Food? What food? Who thinks about food? Who work here? So that you get there in time. The food, who wants food?
When you have a reason like work to forget about it,
Yeah,
it's different.
exactly.
But
Have
when
a
you're
reason to
conscious and you're hungry and you're controlling that, I
Yeah.
think that's so nice.
So
isn't it?
actually, when you're fasting, you're supposed to spend that time in prayer and meditation.
Yes.
Meditation, not on food. Okay, that's disciplining the body. And if you could do that, okay, yeah. Okay. Therefore, then you're no more caught up in these concepts. You will recognize the truth. When the concepts are broken with the help of the teaching, these disciplines are an aid to that teaching. That's called secondary sadhana. Your secondary practices. Primary is learning, knowing the truth. But you prevent it from being mere verbal. You prevent it from being mere verbal. Let it be transformative in terms of transforming your mind and understanding the truth behind the whole thing. Once you do that, so you're fine. There's nothing left. Okay. I turned the wrong page.
I'm so happy.
Okay. Okay. Then I said, yeah, we will do a few minutes of meditation before we break for lunch. Okay. So let us do that. You know what we did yesterday? Let's repeat that. No, I only 4 or 5 verses and I have 2 sessions. No problems at all. Last session we will do some meditation again so that we round it off nicely. So meditation starts with asana siddhi. Sukhasanam. Okay. Whatever is sukham for you. Okay. In martial arts, a lot of meditation is done sitting in Vajrasana. Yeah, you sit in Vajrasana and you do it. Okay, whatever is comfortable for you and the circumstances. If you're comfortable on the ground, fine. Comfortable on the sofa, fine. Yeah. So, what is the Sukhasana? I said yesterday also. Shankara's definition is Shankaracharya's definition. Yatra Sukhena Brahma Chintanam Bhavati, where he can contemplate on Brahman happily. Natu Sharira Pidanam, not troubling your body. Okay, not troubling your body. So, if you want to tie up your body in knots, you're welcome to, but don't ask me to untie it. I am qualified to untie knots only in ropes and cables as an engineer, as a mariner, not body. Okay. Jokes apart. That joke is just to loosen you all up a bit. And now relax. So sit straight, comfortable. Okay. Spine erect, body comfortable. Your neck, head, neck, and spine in natural, comfortable alignment. Then, as we said it yesterday, today also, we relax the body first. Meditation happens in a relaxed state. Meditation is not doing something. Really speaking, it is dropping all your roles. It's more of dropping than doing. So we relax the body. We're going to look at parts of our body and see that it is relaxed. Facial muscles, eyes and mouth gently closed. No frown on your face. Relaxed. All facial muscles relaxed. Neck and head in alignment, but relaxed. Neck muscles relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Arms relaxed. Forearms, palms and fingers all relaxed. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides relaxed. Upper back, lower back relaxed. Even if you have some ache and pain somewhere, look at it and say it's okay, it's relaxed. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles relaxed. Both the quadriceps and the hamstrings relaxed. Knees relaxed. Shin, calves relaxed. Ankles, feet and toes relaxed. This body is sitting here like any other body. Just to make you more aware, watch your body. Look at the sensations. Your hands are on your lap. Do you feel any sensation when the hand is touching the lap? Feel the pressure of the seat? Just watch your sensations in the body. Help you objectify the body better. You're not following the sensation, you're just watching them. There may be a desire to, or an itch coming up somewhere. It's okay, it's all right, relax. Just watch the body, witnessing the body. To help you quieten your mind further, pay attention to your breath. Breathing happens. You're not doing a breathing exercise. You're just watching your breath. Watch the breath at the tip of the nostrils. It's easy to feel the breath there. Let the breathing be even, steady, gentle. You can feel the breath higher up in your nose. Feel the breath, the back of the throat. Feel the breath, filling up your lungs. The lungs can be full only if the diaphragm moves down. So as you breathe in, your diaphragm actually moves down. You can feel the pressure there. You can feel the pressure up to the navel easily. You can feel the pressure moving down up to the Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana in Indian, Tantin in Tibetan and Chinese. Just feel the breath. Breathing happens, you're just watching it. Watch it where you're most comfortable. Now invoke the Lord in whatever manner you can relate to. Religion specific, culture specific, personal specific. Whatever form you can relate to. And offer a mental worship. Whatever worship you have seen or done outside, you do it mentally. The only rule is to make it as vivid as you can. Do that worship yourself. Complete your worship. Take the arati plate for the final arati. See this camphor, light the camphors. See it flaring up under your fingers. Offer the arati to the Lord. Keep the arati plate down. You offer it to the Lord. Take the arati yourself. Get the smell of the camphor. Now you sit down for your japa. After having prostrated the Lord, you sit down for your japa. In the japa, there is no thinking of the Lord or anything of that matter. There is no counting the number of japa you have done. You're welcome to use any chant that you like. I'm using one chant. You can take that up if you want to, or anyone else when you do it by yourself. The trick is to pay attention to the silence between the chant. That silence is yourself. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Before the chant, there is silence. After the chant, there is silence. The one that is watching silence is silence. In you, the silence, the chant is born. Into you, the silence, the chant dies down. Watch it happening. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 In you, the silence, the chant, the sound is born. Into you, the silence, the chant dies down. You're that silence, free from the smoke of thought. The silence that is awareness, independent of all thought, untouched by any thought. Thought is nothing but a wave in awareness, dying into awareness. The whole world enters you as a thought. Thought is born in the awareness that you are, dies down into the awareness that you are. You're that undisturbed, silent awareness. That consciousness is me. Awareness is consciousness. That is me. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om consciousness, silence. Om silence, consciousness. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamagacchati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Can cup your eyes if you want to and come back to normal thinking. So look at it. We started with some preparation, went into Japadhyanam, went into Nididhyasanam towards the end. So depending upon your need, expand any part you want. Okay. Expand, contract, whatever. It took us less than 15 minutes. Huh? That's all we did. That's enough. That's fine. Okay. This is part of owning up the knowledge. No new knowledge happens in meditation, but what you have learned in Shravanam becomes your own. You're seeping yourself. You know, there's a sweet in India called Rasagulla. Bengali sweet. First, I had a very nice one. So first you make the gulla, the paneer ball, cottage cheese balls. Then you soak it in the sugar syrup, flavored sugar syrup. How long? Some time. So that later on when you take it, people like me will eat it with the syrup. I enjoy that. But if you're diet conscious, you squeeze it. And then you eat it, it's still sweet. Why? The sweet has permeated the sugar, the gula. The rasa has permeated the gula. So even if you squeeze it, it's rasa. Similarly, this knowledge permeates your whole being. So even when life squeezes you out, still sweet. The knowledge remains with you. Yeah.
So, just one clarification. So here you mentioned about the thought rising and
Mm,
falling in me awareness. I don't know where I get a little stuck is the fact that it still feels that the world is being left out.
Yeah, because the world enters you only as a thought.
That's how you have to look
Yeah.
at it.
Because what is the world but a concept?
I see. Okay.
It's a thought. The world enters you as only as a thought, nothing else.
Okay.
Perception is a thought.
Okay.
So that's why the scientist says all neurons firing in your brain. That's all.
I see.
You don't want to make it pure physical like that. So it is just a thought.
Okay.
Born and dies. That's all that is there. You have that consciousness. No thought can disturb you. So actually thinking doesn't disturb you. You are nirvikalpa in spite of thinking. There's a huge difference. Nirvikalpa in yoga is an experience. Here you will say, I am not going for a nirvikalpa experience. I am nirvikalpa. Free from all divisions. Free from all limitations. Thoughts come and go. I am nirvikalpa. I don't have to negate the thoughts to know I am nirvikalpa. Once I recognized it, I am nirvikalpa. Why do you have to remove the thoughts to see consciousness? Kena Upanishad says, Bodham prati bodhitam manaha. In every thought, consciousness is manifest. You can end with a joke. Why did the moron wait on the seashore? He was waiting for all the waves to die down so that we can see the water. Now you know what people try to do in meditation. To remove all the thoughts so that I can read consciousness. Your consciousness watching the thoughts. Thoughts are coming up in you, dying into you. You are that consciousness. Entirely different ball game, isn't it? That's Vedanta. It takes every idea of yours and flips it around.
Yeah.
Every idea you have is taken and flipped around. Yeah, this is the thing. So what are we doing? Every concept is being broken. Look at this. So I'm an iconoclast, okay? Every Vedanta teacher is iconoclast, breaking out of the cup without breaking anything. Things are broken so that you become whole. That's why I end with Purnamada Purnamada, be a whole.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the whole teaching and the whole tradition. It's not me, it's nothing personal. This is the whole tradition of teaching. I have nothing to contribute except making it contemporary a bit. That's all. Nothing more than that. So, the Lord. Parampara going. And now you're going to ensure it goes further. Parampara goes, we are just being nimittas in it, okay? If the Lord's will, it'll happen. The Lord's will, not me. Because it's his job to keep the parampara going. Nimitta matram bhava sabya sachin. Be an instrument in my hands, the Lord says. So now you're full and complete on this thing. What left to lose? Go and have a meal again.